What up, everybody? This is That Damn Ziggy Show with That Damn Ziggy.
They got the intro down.
Hey,
they got the intro down.
See, this is what I'm talking about, man. And I mean, I really don't feel like I need to introduce these fellas, these amigos, these entrepreneurs, these entrepreneur niggas, whatever you want to call yourselves.
Entrepreneur nigga for sure.
I got the money, baby.
Yeah, I knew Stack would like that. Don't come asking me for no motherfucking bread. I got the GOAT with the camera, Stack Moses, and the great creative, get on my damn nerves, KG from Cosign Magazine.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, you get on my nerves, man. At least you taking pictures and videos with your shirt on. But anyway, all right, man. So we're here at the Cosign Loft, and Stack, you have the retro room in the hot house, right? So I have a question. What made you come up with the idea to rent out the spot and like the vibe that you set, or the what was the design thought process when y'all came up with y'all's loft and house and room?
Who first?
I'm gonna let Stack go first because he got.
Yeah, because you technically was first.
Yeah,
Technically.
Being broke in Los Angeles. Being broke in Los Angeles.
Really?
Oh man, absolutely. Yeah, just paying rent in LA alone will make you never want to pay rent again. And you know, me and my lovely partner, who would also frequent the loft in LA. Well, no, it wasn't even a loft. It was a basic ass apartment.
Studio,
let me quit studying.
bed,
That
okay.
shit was basic as hell. It was 2 bedrooms. I had a room.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I was like, when I moved back to Dallas, man, you know, I don't want to ever like actually have to pay rent again. And you know, my partner Laura Keong is an amazing interior decorator, just creative all around.
Plug.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I don't want to hear this shit later. She's definitely gonna get in the business if I don't give her her credit. But yeah, no, man. You know, we just kind of put our heads together and thought about like what the type of shit we like. You know what I'm saying? What type of shit we like to shoot in. And so we did it here in Dallas, man, and it was like the best thing I could have ever did in the 20 years that I've been trying to get on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Damn.
Yeah, I can't even really say there was much of a crazy inspiration. It was just, this is the shit we like,
right?
And so we just created what we want to shoot in, and everybody else just happened to love it too. So
yeah, I was about to say, because the retro room, man, I don't shit. I see everybody shooting that motherfucker, boy. Y'all shooting shit.
And I'm not mad at it, but then I'm kind of like, damn, y'all don't give a damn, huh? Like, y'all just gonna keep shooting this motherfucker, huh? We can't even change it because people will come in there. Like just the other day, like somebody came in there and was like, "Oh, you're do what you love. Neon just inspired my life." And I was like, "Yeah, we ain't got that shit no more. Somebody broke that shit like a year and a half ago." I was like, "Damn, are we gonna have to get another one?" Like people come over there and ask for stuff, and we got bookings out to like August, and we can't even change shit. Yeah,
that's clutch. All right, okay, look, that was a big ass fucking step into it. You stand let that nigga go first.
We just booked too many.
Yeah,
I mean, hey, you'll get those bookings. You already know
that.
Man, for me, I had a house in Arlington, Mansfield, and it's kind of far out. And I had a studio in Arlington before, and it was really hard to get people to come to Arlington to go to the studio. So I was like, man, when my situation, ended, took its turn, I was like, wherever I moved to, I wanted to be downtown, and I wanted to be somewhere I could work and live, right? So I had the idea to do a work and live spot, but as far as like the renting out, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I got to give credit to Stack and Laura, because the blueprint they laid, I'm like, okay, I can do the same thing, but I don't have to be like them. You know when somebody do something, like people mimic exactly?
Exactly.
And it's do your own thing. Right, that way, you know what I'm saying? There's enough opportunities for everybody. So with me, I was like, man, I still wanted to keep it co-signed. So I called it Co-Sign Loft because this is where we create, where we do our own shoots, our own interviews, and it's just an opportunity for other people to use it for shoots. So it's not full-fledged on like, hey, it's a super, creative space, but it's like it's a make it your own type of space.
Gotcha.
So and kind of like what he said, man. Like I'm not gonna lie, like living downtown, it's affordable, but at the same time, like man, if I could have my rent pay for itself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why not? So
facts, yeah. No, that makes sense.
the ideation behind that though, bro. But
That's
I'm
clutch.
trying to get booked out to August too, though, man. We got some bookings in May.
Yeah, this nigga here, boy. This nigga
walk
stop
right in
the
the
show
middle of your
to
bookings,
get his
bro.
goddamn food. I ain't even mad at him because in a minute I'm gonna snatch me a plate.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
anyway, see, this is why. Yeah, I'm recording still now. Yeah, I'm recording both now. So I was gonna stop and let you get your eat break on, but
we good.
yeah. His nigga whole attitude changed. Nigga said, "No, we good." Like his whole fucking mouth, like that nigga just changed up.
You gotta feed niggas, bro.
Hey, back, bro.
You gotta feed niggas. I had a production meeting the other day, bro, and I started feeling pins and needles. I was so hungry. I was like, man. I was over there checking my pulse and shit on the low. Like I was like, yo, I'm about to pass the fuck out.
Yeah, fam. Nah, you definitely gotta feed niggas. I just was not expecting that in the middle. He did say he was hungry, so at any rate, so I'll ask, as far as like bookings, what was the dopest booking you've gotten so far for each of y'all spots? Yeah, we'll let Stan go first because this
This
nigga.
KG got food in his
And then I'm not saying like biggest as in like fame, I guess. I'm saying like biggest as to you like the most creative or the most dope, like you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's crazy because like for me, one of the dopest visuals to come from my spot was K Camp and Yellow Beezy's shit, and it was like just kind of cool. Seeing all the energy in there and how it happened, it was just like we didn't even know that's who was shooting there. But we've had like some major people coming there and didn't even know because a lot of times it'll be somebody else that'll book it,
right?
And then the person will show up. So we've had like Selena's brother there. Of course, Lil Flip used to record his podcast there. We've had. I'm not really into the drag queen shit, but Laura and her sister and them are like totally into like RuPaul's Drag Race. So we've had a few very popular drag queens in our spot.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Into the drag shit quick. Yeah.
I don't know. Like and then like I said, some people we might have had in there I didn't even know were like huge. Oh, because we had like this Hispanic band come one time. And then we look them up, they got like millions of followers. They're like this huge Hispanic Christian band.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so yeah.
Niggas had the Spanish version of Creed in that bitch?
Yeah, really something. But yeah, no, I think for me, I liked the K-Camp video and the aesthetic and how it looked at the end. So that was my favorite.
Me too. My favorite video from that was all of them. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, it's funny because you had Sydney on your show, and Sydney was the one. She cast it for that video.
For which one?
For K-Camp and Yellow Beezy Top 10.
That shit, Ooh.
That's what's up, man.
K-Camp, my nigga too.
Shout out to Sydney.
Yeah, shout out to Sydney.
She's a goat.
She really is a plug. Like,
She do be plugging.
I'm about to say, I don't think people really understood. Like when I had on the show. Damn, it's so hard not to say we. When I had on the show, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think people understood. Like, she worked with Meg, she worked with Camp. She that's Asian to Brat. That's big, fam. Like, that's not no little shit. And she's so cool. She cool in the fan. She want to come back on the show and do a battle of the sexes and everything. So.
Yeah, nah.
That's the homie.
Sydney's a whole G out here.
Yeah, that's the homie. She good on my block anytime. All right, kid, your turn.
Good. Be disrespectful, bro.
Respectful.
Man, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We just started, so I've had like any huge names, but I would say, man, for me, honestly, bro, it's having the homies really book it and not really ask for like no hookups and stuff. Like I think that's the most thing I'm proud of. Like homies would just, hey, what's the rate? Bet, let me get 4 hours. Let me get 2 hours. Let me get 6 hours.
Yeah.
And to me, I feel like I appreciate that the most because, usually you expect them to be like, say, what's the best you can do? But, you know what I'm saying? But they don't really be on that. So
nah, that's what's up.
I would say that. But outside of that, we had a group book 2 days, 10-hour days back to back for a new web series they're doing. So I have no idea what it's about because usually I just let them in and leave. But I'm excited to see what comes from that and how that project looks. But yeah, so outside of that, I probably say the homies in this upcoming web series. That's some of the best bookings outside of my own personal shit I do here.
Okay. I knew the flex is coming.
Nah.
So like, do you feel as if Do you feel as if you made the right decision? I know Stack, we already talked about this, but do you feel as if like you made the right decision so far, or do you kind of feel like, damn, maybe I should add something to it, or like, are you gonna constantly add and change like stacking them too?
Man, so for my space, it's hard because like it is a work live. But what I will say is, when I was doing direct bookings, a lot of people were just using it for like the backdrops. But once Stack told me about Peerspace, that opened up a whole new level of clients. You know what I'm saying? They're really looking more for like loft style vibes. So that's actually better for me because I kind of hate pulling down the backdrops and all this. I'd rather you just use the space as it is.
You fucking up the line.
I know, man. Somebody ripped the shit off, but I think what I am going to add though is maybe like little like signature pieces of furniture. Maybe get some more chairs. Add a little pop of color. Maybe keep it in the storage and let people pull out what they want to use.
Right.
And stuff like that. But outside of that, you're really using it for like the loft style. So for like the concrete exposed brick. Right. High windows and stuff like that. So I'm gonna keep it basically how it is. Add like little signature pieces and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm with the shit. I know you changing your shit all the time. I know you added Hot House. So
like we opened our spot. I'm not even say prematurely, but we at the time that we opened it, we weren't in a position to just complete it. So. For a while, when you would come over there, you'd be like, every time you come, like, man, when y'all get this? But, I think Retro Room is pretty much complete. There's one other little secret thing we want to do, and we're, like, in the process of engineering that. But Hot House, it didn't take long at all. Like, because of the success of Retro Room, we were able to go in the Hot House with a budget. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have no budget in Retro Room. Like, I was scared. I was like, yo, we about to, I remember when Retro Room was just a couch and some frames. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that too. Shit. I was there in the beginning. That shit crazy.
Yeah, so,
How long do you think it took y'all to turn green?
Facts.
I know y'all put a lot.
I would say we opened Retro Room in November 2019, and it was April of 2020. When everybody was panicking and buying up tissue, and then the next thing you know, like creators was like, we don't give a damn, like we need to create, and it just, they just started just bum rushing us, and I was like, oh, this is crazy, like, and so I would say about, it's probably about 5 or 6 months, but once we got green, it was green.
Wow.
Super green. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So green that we got Hot House. And Hot House, we thought that Hot House was going to take the attention away from Retro Room. But really, to be honest with you, we still get more bookings at Retro Room than Hot House. But we know it takes about 6 months for awareness for people.
It's just going to take one really ill-ass photo shoot from somebody that with some clout or a lot of followers type thing to post it and say it was at Hot House. And next thing you know,
or us to do it. Like, that's the thing. Like,
that's true.
We when we opened Retro Room, we creative directed our own photo shoot for Retro Room. Yeah. Just to show people what you could do in the space.
I remember that.
I remember that too. Yeah.
So we haven't quite done that for Hot House because we've just been so busy with other things. But I think when Laura does I'm throwing her that bus again. Because I've been like, when you gonna do this? You know what I'm saying? You
are the interior decorator.
But when Laura creative directs this photo shoot, it's going on and pop.
It's taking off.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
So I guess when are you planning to do that? Well,
not to throw any names out there, but we had a particular person who's a good friend of mine that we had in mind. That's going to be on tour, doing a comedy tour. Be small. Okay. So we wanted to do it with her, but I don't know that her schedule will permit. So it just depends, because obviously I have some other things going on that we haven't spoke on. But But so we'll see what happens with that.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
So man, I'm gonna be honest though. Y'all niggas inspire me, and I'm moving downtown. Fuck y'all. I want to get this rent money too, baby. I want to get this rent money. Nah, that's dope though. So like, all right, I'm gonna ask. Since y'all have done it, have you noticed other people biting the style, or like, or you don't even pay attention to that shit? I know you.
I mean,
I'm gonna let Gage person, man.
I think more so for him, I would say yes. For me, because it's just like an open concept.
Yeah.
I see more people asking questions on how to do it so they can do it.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? That's cool. But I haven't seen people take my style because, I mean, it's really...
Yeah, it's cosign.
You know what I'm saying? It's cosign. Yeah. But I will say this. It has taken a lot more notice of, like, dang, you really make money doing that? Like, dang.
Yeah.
I want to do that too. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how I got into it. I'm like, shit, I want to live, create a space. But damn, I can make money too, stat.
Yeah, like, niggas say he was in the green and green. Like, that's the shit. Well, sir. Yeah. Like, it's like stocks. Niggas just start jumping in stocks and Dogecoin and shit. Yeah, shout out to Dogecoin. God.
Thank you, deal.
Man, bro.
Yeah.
Me, I called Stack for something totally random last night. We wasn't even talking about stock. I called about totally something random. I don't even know how we got on the stock conversation last night, bro.
It's just everybody's talking. Like, this is what I love. I'm going to say this. The pandemic, rest in peace to all the people we lost during the pandemic because of COVID. But I'm going to be 1,000%. The pandemic opened up a lot of fucking people's eyes, fam. Like, it did. Stocks, fucking Bitcoin was popping since what, 2010, and niggas really wasn't fucking with it because we didn't understand it. But now, shit, niggas is thinking of creative ways to make money every which way they can because they backs was against the wall, and mainly minorities, black people, have been fucking. Us all we talk about now is like, yo, so you in the stock now? What stock you got? Oh, I got this, that, and the third. Earn your leases like the number. I mean, we should have, but it's the same thing with politics. I think Trump was whether you agree with his politics, it's not a political show. Whether you agree with his politics or not, you can't knock the fact that he opened everybody's eyes to what's going on in politics. I got niggas that was gangbanging felons that are talking about fucking who we voting for. Can the felon, which state are you in? The state posting shit. Felons can vote in these states and register here, and and I'm talking niggas that I grew up with moving weight. Fucking, all we called them niggas for was to help. They was what they call them, crash dummies. Them niggas was crash. Now they talking fucking. Now they talking politics, and it's like, but they not actually only just talking. That they really trying to get involved. Same thing with the stock market. Niggas ain't just talking about it. Niggas is getting involved. Like,
it's because we live in an information age right now, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't hide information from people. If you see somebody that you know or looks like you, and they say, "Hey, I made $1 million doing this,"
right.
It's just human nature to ask,
"How can I do it?"
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? How you do that? What you do? And then once you see it's possible, bro, it's so easy. Like stocks. We should have been on that, but what happened was when the pandemic hit and the stock market not crashed, but everything was on sale, people realized like, dang, it's going to get back, it's going to get better, so I might as well buy low. Then you got to think another opportunity why people got into stocks. Mm-hmm. People was getting stimulus checks, unemployments were crazy. People had a lot of access capital to pour into stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But I think also too I mean I'm gonna say it. For like the earn your leases, the Wall Street trappers, the Him 500s, the fucking. I think a lot of people started going. Like I think one, social media like blew up, and then two, I feel like a lot of more instead of like, because when niggas wasn't outside fighting and wilding out like they, you know what I'm saying?
Like
had
more time to consume content. Because Him 500 been preaching that shit for the longest, bro. I interviewed him at BYOB conference a couple years ago, and he been on this credit stuff.
Yeah.
We had to pay them. We had to sit our ass home. Had nothing to do. So people are now consuming more content.
Facts.
And they're like, "Yo, I might as well make some bread during this time." You know
that's true.
Which I ain't gonna lie. Like you said, sorry for the loss. You know what I'm saying? I lost my aunt. Katie lost his mom.
Yeah.
So the pandemic, it was tragic.
Yeah. No, I lost some homies.
But
too.
It made a lot of millionaires.
Facts. Like that's what I'm saying. Like nigga. Niggas is thriving during this whole time when the city was shut down and the state
booming.
like you know what I'm saying. And again, like it's fucked up. But like nigga, you know how many motherfuckers boomed off Johnson and Johnson and Pfizer's jumping on the stocks and all that shit like that. That shit jumped. Nike jumped from fucking like $80 to $90 to $150 now. It's steadily at 140, 150. And again, this ain't no stock show or none of that shit like that. But I'm saying like. Niggas is paying attention now, and that's the crazy thing. Like, I think but yeah, we kind of got on a riff, but see, that's what we do. But yeah, like, I think it's just really like, it's crazy because Ripple is like that right now. Ripple, I bought in on Ripple at 30 cents. That shit is almost at $2 now, and I'm like, man, I didn't buy more stock in it because or more of it because nigga, that shit was popping. Like I should have got like thousands of shares in that bitch.
Yeah, I'm over here quiet as hell.
Yeah.
Because, sitting on a little, you know what I'm saying, a little something.
I thought your wallet was sitting up a little high.
You know what I'm
Sitting up a
saying?
little
Ice cream
high.
satin wedge. Sitting on ice cream sandwich.
Let me ask y'all this though. Like, okay, so when opportunities like that arrived, though, like nobody knew Dog or Dogecoin was gonna do what it do, or these other little, you know what I'm saying, coins or stocks. So what make y'all really jump the gun and be like, all right, you know, I got a couple extra $100, let me throw it in there. Like, what is your deciding factor?
Me?
Yeah, you go ahead.
For me, it was just, you know, growing up the way I did, you know, we just taught to just put your money in savings and save it. Like, the money just sitting there.
Yes.
Ain't making you no money, ain't losing you no money. It's just sitting there. The bank playing with it, but you ain't seeing nothing.
Man.
And so I was like, you know, but the thing is exposure, and it's like that rich dad, poor dad shit. Like, a lot of times it goes back to like retro room and these streams of income that I have because, you know, it's like my sister. 2 days ago when Doge was popping, she was over there just, I can't believe I'm calling my friend, fuck. Because my sister only had like $40 in Doge and she sold it when it went up 2 cents. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But you know, a lot of times when you're not in a position, you know what I'm saying, and when your finances are tight, you can't afford to put $40 away.
Yeah, no,
you can't afford. I put $800. Like it wasn't like a huge amount.
No, yeah,
but I can remember when $800 for me was everything. You know what I'm saying? I can remember times when I prayed for $100, let alone $800. So,
but I think also like kind of like what you said. Like, well, for me, I'm in the car business, and like a big name in the car business is Grant Cardone, and he preaches debt, which I don't really believe in, but at the same time, his point about the savings account, like kind of like what he's saying, is like you put all this money in the savings, and the shit, like the bank is telling you save, but them niggas is playing with your money. They playing like they don't do none of the shit they tell you to do. The same thing with the house thing. Like I had to tell my moms like, yo, I'm not really I don't want to buy a house just to buy a house and say I got a house. I want to buy a house to rent that motherfucker. I don't want to live in that motherfucker. I want to rent until I die now or not till I die, but till I feel like I'm too old to be out there fucking around renting. Because the simple fact is like, nigga, you got one door. If that door closes, you fucked. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like, I want to own one of these buildings. Like, I want to own a loft style building, a warehouse or something to make it a loft style where motherfuckers gonna rent the shit out, or fucking I can rent it out to movie theater, movie companies and shit. Like my whole frame of thought or my whole mind frame has just been changed for the last like 3 years. This before the pandemic, but like Grant, I'm about to say, I think I do a lot of research and reading, and what made me jump on Ripple was one of the companies that was in the mix of being approved by, I think it was FTC or whoever is over like stock and public exchange and all that shit like that. I forget the acronyms or whatever. And they were one of the ones that was below $1. So for me, it didn't make sense. I was like, why are they in the mix? Well, they're huge overseas. So I said, oh, nah, nigga, I'm 30 cents? Here, let me drop like $300-400 real quick. Yeah. Nigga, that shit jumped up to $2 like the other day, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if you go fucking Bitcoin style where everything is 50,000 just to get it. Man,
it goes back to what Stack was saying too. You gotta realize too, man. A lot of us wanted opportunities a while ago, bro. Like I remember when, if I sold two shirts and made $40, that was gas for a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember, I ain't gonna say I was into stocks, but I bought stocks back in the day. I bought like Nike shares here and there, but shit, when you gotta pay rent or feed the family, what's going first? You know what I'm saying?
And I think, and that's another thing too. I think that I think a lot of it was a lot of it now is we realize this is a longer game. It gotta be. You gotta think about like the Gary V's in the world been thinking about, like, been preaching. You got to think about the longer game. The average human is living to at least 80 to 100 years old, right? So granted, we have some deaths in 50s and, rest in peace DMX and shit like that. But we have some deaths that are younger. But we have my grandmother lived to like 80 something, but she died of cancer. If she wouldn't have died of that, nigga, she would have been over 100. My great grandmother lived to she was 103. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, when you know what I'm saying? You think about the long game about that, like, that's a century, my nigga. Like,
but I ain't trying to be old and rich, nigga. I'm trying to be rich now.
But
I ain't trying to wait, nigga. Fuck out of here. But you can't
It's a new day, bro. It's a new day. I'm 42. And I'm just now getting on this, right? But, like, my 19-year-old son, like, when I first, hey, man, get you some doge, he's like, I already got doge. Because they're, like you said, information quicker, they're on this shit. Yeah. And, you know what I'm saying? It made me proud. I was like, oh, yeah. Like, you know.
And that's real because, you know what's funny is it was a young nigga that put me on the Ripple. And it's funny to me because it's like the younger generation is moving quicker and thinking outside of the box with shit than we were at their age. I mean, fam, at 18, 19.
But of course, though. Look at the information they have access to.
But that's what I'm saying.
We didn't have that.
But that was my point with the when we was talking at the last episode with Rob the Insurer. I was just telling him, like, he was like, talking about how suicide is up and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, but so is the amount of millionaires that are being made off of fucking social media and shit. Like, and I couldn't say it because I was like, he looked like he had somebody, man, passed, or he just, and I was like, nah, fam, like, you gotta look at it from the standpoint of the positive, and I guess that's...
Bro, if you have information, you become a millionaire. Think about how many people do you see right now doing courses, workshops, webinars. Bro, college is not the wave no more, bro.
And we was talking about that when that episode with the CMOS chick. We was talking about how college basketball is like, it's kind of like folded because everybody's like, well, fuck this. We gotta go play for 2 years, and we technically are ready right out of high school. We don't get paid, and you niggas is working us like fucking slaves.
Yeah, bro, that ain't the move.
Yeah, it's not the move no more. Like, niggas is like, fuck this. I go play in the Euro League like these white boys y'all going over across seas and get.
Now you got the whole new G League situation, bro. G League, you do a year in the G League, 500,000. For a year, and then next year be ready for the pros.
If the G League was fucking smart, they would just demolish.
That's what they're trying to. G League is trying to compete with overseas.
Yeah,
they're trying to get people from stop going
because
overseas.
You think about it, like the best player in the league right now, you got LeBron. He came straight out of high school, right? And then you got Giannis. Well, Giannis played. He didn't play ball. He played ball overseas.
And
Luka. All overseas. Yeah. So my thing is like, you know what I'm saying? It's that college shit is dead. I mean, it's not dead. For the people that want to be doctors,
I was gonna say,
engineers,
specialized,
things like that. But for the marketers, for the fucking business people, for the fucking the motherfuckers that go to school for 4 years to be a fucking plumber, like, you out of your fucking mind. Go get that certificate for like a year. No, I didn't take a year.
Or niggas who I hate saying niggas. People who go to school, right? And I mean, don't get it twisted. I know a lot of people who went to school. Like, I'm gonna get a business degree.
Mm-hmm.
Them days are dead.
Them days. There's no point.
Exactly. Why you spending all that money to get a business degree?
We being recorded too. Look, I can't even
Shit. Almost. Hey, look, that was a good catch though. Shit, I ain't gonna hold you. Nah, but I really think though, like, niggas can't even say. Yo, this nigga out of line, bro. I really can't even say, like, besides like being a doctor, an engineer, and maybe a psychiatrist. What are the real degrees that you need to get in a university now?
Yeah, it's
like, I can't really think of nothing like
that. Shit is a scam.
For real, like, and universities have gotten to the point now where they so fucking expensive.
I still owe them motherfuckers.
Yeah, like, nigga.
And I done paid them back like 17 times. I don't even get why I still owe them, bro. Like, Joe Biden.
Because of the interest, nigga.
These motherfuckers voted you in, man. You better goddamn do what you're supposed to do.
Don't point at me.
And
Hold
get
on,
rid-
fam. I voted for the woman that was in.
No, I wasn't saying these
I
like
was
you.
saying-
I'm just saying I ain't vote.
Oh, wait a minute, nigga. Let me.
I ain't vote. I didn't even give a damn. I feel like all this.
I
shit.
feel like that shit don't affect nobody. Presidents are puppets, but this ain't a
Presidents are
political show.
mascots.
This
That's
ain't
like
a political
believing that Colonel Sanders actually cooks the chicken. Like, fuck out of here with that shit. Niggas a face.
Facts. Hey, man.
But hey, that's just my opinion.
Facts. No, for real. But, all right, so I got to ask, man, because the biggest thing right now, since I brought up Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer, y'all getting the vaccine?
Hell no.
No, that shit's mandatory. Like, I gotta like leave the country to take that out, and I might. But right now, hell no.
You're gonna have to take it to get to get out of the country. I think you're gonna have to. Niggas thanks I'm American. I'm gonna be an American for the rest of my life.
That's why I got to travel when I did.
Right?
The thing is, bro, I literally make all of my decisions based on my gut, and if my gut just tells me to do, if literally I just ask myself on some spur of the moment shit, should I do this shit or not? If there's any hesitancy, I don't do it.
Yeah, nah.
And I have hesitancy about.
It's just too fast.
Yeah.
I've talked to government workers that work in like tuberculosis and work in all the other diseases that have been out there, and they're like, yo, vaccines usually take years for them to perfect it. That shit, nigga, y'all put that shit, like, and that's what I told my mom, like, yo, please don't rush to get this shit, like, wait for the first wave, because she had to get it. She worked for the city in New York, so she had to get it, but I'm like, yo, please wait a little bit to get it, but, like, don't just rush to get it, because she got underlying deals too, so she got to worry about, motherfuckers, she taking that shit serious. But I also tell people, like, take it serious, but don't live in fear. Like, that's coming from nurses. And here's the funny shit about it. None of business had, like, we were booming during the pandemic selling cars. I was booming. It seemed like the more motherfuckers was on lockdown, the more cars they would buy. We just found different ways to sell you cars. That's why Carvana and Vroom and all the motherfuckers started making all their money, because niggas couldn't leave the house. So the old car dealers that couldn't, like, oh, well, come drive it first, and, this, that, and third, you can't do that. You had to just say, hey, look, we'll deliver it to your house. We'll agree to numbers, do credit, everything, blah, blah, blah. And if you feel good with that, then we'll move the deal forward. We'll have somebody drop it off at the house. We don't even got to come outside. We'll have you fucking leave the paperwork at the door, pick up the paperwork, and fucking come, and that's your car. So, like, to me, the human or the American, I'll say, way is the consumer way. So, like, for me, I feel like that's why, even though we are starting to see it, I still feel like a lot of the masses still don't. Like, I still feel like a lot of the masses are still doing. I mean, like, fuck, we had that snowstorm, right? The whole city was shut down. Do you know how many cars I sold during that week? So, like, five or six cars through the snowstorm. Niggas was calling and trying to get us to fucking hold cars. Like, niggas was coming out. Niggas like, I put a deposit on this car. Don't let nobody touch it. Fam, nobody's here. Like, what are you talking about? Niggas was in and out of power this motherfucking week. Like, it was crazy, fam. Like, so, yeah, it was, yeah. 10 inches of snow shut the whole state down. That shit is funny as fuck.
Always have.
That shit is funny as fuck to me.
Super Bowl, All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
We've seen it a couple
The
times.
Super Bowl was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
She lost so much money that weekend.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Bro, I remember driving like on 35, like 5 miles an hour.
5 miles an hour.
Man, but this is one of those things, bro, where people discredit how much power the media has. Because we've experienced shit like this before, right?
Yes.
But it was like, okay, we're going to put the crunch down. And by the time the news was saying this was going to happen and that was going to happen, people were buying up hotels and buying up supplies. And boom, that's what creates the
mass hysteria.
You know what I'm saying? That's what creates the mass hysteria. It's not the actual situation itself. We've experienced this type of shit before.
Yeah.
I mean, we ain't got electricity. Why?
But yeah, I was about to say that whoever fucking decided that shit was a smart idea is a fucking moron.
That shit was no
that shit was that shit was a setup.
That year when Leon Lett kicked that fucking ball through the fucking end zone, that shit was terrible. Like, we had that same type of snow. We seen this shit before, bro. This ain't nothing new. I've
Yeah,
spun out of shit
forgot about
like
that shit. Yeah.
What put the pressure on people was the media and the goddamn electricity company turning shit off.
Yeah.
For fucking what?
And that's what I was trying to figure out too.
Because
Well, and that's the thing. And then motherfuckers getting $6,000 fucking bills for that fucking month. And I'm like, how, nigga? You turned up my shit for like a week.
Your shit wasn't even on.
Yeah, my shit was off for like a week. So what the fuck was running? So like, I agree. Like, and that's the thing. It's like, so my thing is, so what happens during summer? We don't have no issues during summer.
Shit.
Nigga, the fucking.
Don't speak so soon.
Well,
I'm sure they got a goddamn Hail Mary for your ass.
Well,
we about to see.
Nigga, listen, I'm gonna be like a real New Yorker and go grab me one of them fucking AC units for the crib. Because, you know, in New York, we don't got central air. We don't believe that shit is for the birds. Nigga, we doing fucking AC units in the windows. Yeah. So watch me. I'm telling y'all now, y'all don't see, they're gonna be like, Ziggy, crazy as hell, you got an AC unit. Laugh now, cry later, watch. I'm telling you.
They got something down there.
Yeah, I believe that shit. That shit crazy. Nah, that shit just crazy to me. Like, that shit crazy. But anyway, see, this is why this is the Three Amigos show, man. I appreciate y'all coming.
Three Amigos show.
The Three Amigos show right here.
Yeah, shout out to Stack too. I got like another booking while we was on the show.
Hey, this nigga said I got another.
My booking just ended on the cruise.
Well, I guess that means this show is over, folks. So all right, so. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all pub for where they can find you at, where they can find your lofts, retro room, hot house, where they can find it all at, social media wise, and then what y'all got coming up. The mic is yours. I'll shut the hell up.
I'll let KG go first.
You follow us on Instagram at @cosignloft, cosignmag, and cosignKG, because I ain't too afraid to ask for a couple new followers. You know what I'm saying? Hit the page, or you can follow Cosign KG and everything's in my bio. What I got coming up, man, pretty much the same shit. New issue every month. Damn, my bad.
My nigga made me this whole episode.
Right. Then I feel bad. Well, I'm gonna eat pizza and drink. Niggas say, I told about when we first started.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I was trying to wait it out, like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, man, nigga, it's getting late, you know what I'm saying?
But now outside of that, man, just stay tuned, man. We got Cosign Awards coming in November. I'm putting that bitch out early.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
It's coming November, though. New venue, new theme, new everything. So,
by then I should have had a man bun. So
you know what I'm saying? Outside of that, just follow us.
Stack ain't fucking with me on the man bun, son.
And show love where you see fit. That's all.
Hey. All right, Stack, where they can find y'all, where they can find everything at. Yeah, lovely interior decorator, all that good shit.
Yeah. So of course I'm Stag Moses.
Yes, sir.
I don't post shit on Instagram, so follow me.
That nigga just arguing niggas on Facebook.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I go on Facebook to debate niggas.
Yeah.
I'm in your comments, bitch. Also, you know what I'm saying? Of course, Retro Room Dallas. And now the new Hot House Dallas, I believe is what we got it on
It's
Instagram.
Hot House Dallas. Was it HAUTE?
Yeah, HAUTE.
Yeah.
HOUSEDALLAS.
Boom.
And then my lovely partner in crime, Laura Keon.
Okay.
Her Instagram is way more interesting than mine. But she still posts shit. I'm saying this to keep my ass out of trouble.
Yeah, there you go.
No.
We don't need no Mike and was it Mike and Marie situation? You didn't think?
I ain't never watched that.
You never watched that?
Wait, Malcolm and Marie?
Malcolm and Marie.
I never watched that.
Holy shit.
People keep telling me, that shit is toxic. I was like,
Yo, fam, I'm gonna tell you right now.
I started being toxic. Why didn't you watch it just on like a director too?
Yeah.
I mean, who directed it?
I think it wasn't it Denzel?
Was it Quentin Tarantino?
No.
Okay, I don't see it.
Nobody died in the movie. Like,
I don't even know what the shit is about, but
Hey, fam, I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't watch it. Don't watch it with your lovely partner.
Well, that's why I wouldn't watch it.
Yeah, don't watch it with your lovely partner.
Me and her.
That should have started 3 fights for me. Not 2. I watched it twice.
Well, what the fuck y'all trying to get me to watch?
No. I was just
watch anime and goddamn shit that we have to watch. We don't watch no shit that's gonna have us in odds.
No. I mean, and I didn't know the first time I watched it. I didn't know that. Like, I was like, "What is this?" And nigga, I was like, yo, 5 minutes into the movie, I was like, yo.
Is it black and white?
Yes.
The whole movie is in black and white.
That's just really good, but it's a one-time watch.
It's a yo fam, and I had to sit through it twice.
Y'all ain't
three
made
fights,
me want to
my
watch
nigga.
it no better.
Three
Y'all ain't made me
fights.
want to watch it no more than
Maybe it just says I'm toxic, but nigga,
Nah,
it-
it's good.
nah, I'm never doing that shit.
I've
again.
never seen it.
Never.
I ain't gonna lie, it's black and white, just them two.
Yeah,
The whole
fam.
90 minutes.
And I love Zendaya,
I ain't
so
gonna
that's
lie.
why.
They acted their ass off.
Yes,
though.
they did.
They acted their motherfucking ass
They
off. Whoever
did.
shot that,
Yeah,
man, he did his thing too.
yeah. It was cinematic.
That's good to hear. You know,
Start fucking with y'all
it's
niggas.
good to hear. But
Yo.
yeah, no,
Cool
I
on
need,
that one.
you know, yeah, I'm cool on that. I need no issues in the home front. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god. Well, I appreciate y'all for coming on, man. Oh, you didn't finish shouting out her Instagram, I think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's Laura Keon, LauraKyong.
Shout out to motherfucking Ken.
Fucking beautiful.
Oh wow. All right. There
There
it is.
I gotta find me a girl.
Oh wow. Nah, this ain't the
Hey, cut
episode.
that part out, bro.
Yeah, this ain't the episode.
Hey, cut it off. I had the key all day. I had the key all day. Cut it off.
This is the That Damn Ziggy show with That Damn Ziggy, and I appreciate y'all coming on, man.